Good morning. Have you got your double, triple, quadruple espresso this morning? Because you're gonna need it. We start with pizza. Why is that? Because everyone likes it, right? And because it's made in Italy. Who say it's from Egypt? All right. Good. Now, do you remember this slogan, power is nothing without control? You are all from the automotive, so you should remember it, right? If you don't remember, do you remember this slogan? This is like 20 years old slogan. It was the most impactful advertising and one of the top 100 advertising in the history of advertising. And this was done by Pirelli, the Italian tire manufacturer. Now, way before Facebook, way before Instagram, way before Google, way before internet, how can Pirelli sell more tires? Tires has been always a commodity. We all sell cars. Nobody thought to sell tires. Tire, it's what you need. It's a commodity. It's not a big deal. But Pirelli was the first that realized, let's make something special. Let's make our customer craving to buy tires. Pirelli is a 150 years old company. So imagine, what do they need to do to convince people that a tire is not the same as another tire? With impactful advertising, best creative in the world, etc., they make sure that the message stands out. And still now, power is not without control is still the slogan of Pirelli. So you buy a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, or a supercar, but never thought about spending money on tires until Pirelli came on board. After I realized that, I came out with my own tagline, which is, marketing is nothing without digital. You can quote me, or you can take a picture. Only if you share it. Otherwise, don't take a picture, right? Now, Gartner, one of the leading trending company in the world, came out with the top 10 digital trends for 2018. If you would have get from Gartner this morning, you could have stayed at home. But because you are here today, I cherry-picked for me the top 5 that make sense for your industry, for the automotive. Digital trends, especially that you need to be afraid. Because these are not just the things that, oh, Facebook is the next thing, so Instagram is the next things. There are many digital trends that you should be afraid, no matter what position you are covering in your company. Every employee should be afraid, genuinely afraid of many digital trends. The first one, the biggest for me, it's artificial intelligence. It's not something old, it's not something new, it's something that has been around for 2 decades. Actually, I won a competition from Microsoft developing artificial intelligence, and that was in 2003. So it's something very, very, very old. But we're not scared about the Terminator, that's the machine one day are gonna take over. But we need to be afraid that machines are gonna do our job. This is not the first time. In the Industrial Revolution, machines start doing the job of laborers, of people. In the Agricultural Revolution, machines start doing the job of men in the fields. Now, computers and artificial intelligence are doing the job of any employee. What's the second scary digital trend? Intelligent apps and analytics. Now, it's become so key for any organization to analyze data. But sometimes the data are so vast, are so complicated, that even men alone cannot do it. And now there are apps or artificial intelligence that pre-analyze the data. And it tells us what we need to do. Third trend, IoT. Who knows what IoT means? Very good. Who doesn't know what IoT means? Who is still thinking about pizza and doesn't care about IoT or whatever it is? Fair enough, I like your honesty. Very good. IoT means Internet of Things, which nowadays so many devices are connected online. I'm not talking about the mobile phone, I'm talking about smart watches and many more. They're already available on the market, dishwasher, wash machine, fridge are connected online, and they tell us when the milk is expired or you need to order more meat or some vegetable has to be eaten today, otherwise you throw it away. Device is all connected online. This was still something of a couple of years ago. This was the trend of a couple of years ago that the big corporate used to push. Now in your industry, the new things is the AOT, the automotive of things. Now new cars are getting connected online and send information to the headquarters, to how the car perform, even where are you are stuck in traffic, What are the challenges that you as a driver are facing every day, every moment? What kind of button you push? So the car manufacturer understands more about their customer. And they can eventually build a better car or do a better advertising for the car owners. That's scary, because now technology is doing more and more and more your job. What else? Digital twins. This is a crazy, crazy, crazy concept, where actually by building simulations of real life objects, companies figure out what can happen if. Cargo shipping company, they built simulation of their ships to figure out how long does it take to deliver the goods, let's say from China to to Jebel Ali port. Which route to take? What are the risks that the sea is going to make the shipping sink? This is applied also to company. Now there are simulations that simulate company. I remember when I was a teenager that there was a game for the computer. It was called Startup Simulator, where actually you looks like the manager of a startup company, and your computer, you plan and launch product and stuff like this. What kind of nice game. Now this is going to the next level with the supercomputing power that there is available today. So companies are simulating situations, markets, even catastrophe. Based on that, you can figure out what may possibly happen. When I worked in Oracle 5 years, we were forecasting everything. Every day we had a daily forecast, weekly forecast, monthly forecast, 3 months, quarter forecast, half year, and yearly forecast. Every single day. And imagine that with 55,000 employees, how can Larry Ellison, the chairman, figure out what was the forecast? Simply by having all of the data in a system. So this is how effective company operates. And based on the forecast, we were cutting employee, or we were hiring new. If the sales are gonna drop, before they drop, already employee chop. Marketing cost, chop. 3 months in advance. So then we keep the profit. When the market pick up again, we still have the profit, rehire more people, respend more in marketing, and we keep going. That's how Oracle keep an average of 20 to 30% profit every year for the last 20 years, unchanged. What's an interesting topic? Conversational platforms. Conversational platforms start long time ago with the simple website chat. You're on a website and there is the chat where you ask your things. You don't need to call. You just simply ask. You simply chat. Now this is going to the next level. The next level is that machines are chatting on behalf of humans. Still artificial intelligence. Still chatbot. There are systems that you chit chat and it's a computer. So customer service people are not going to be redundant, but are going to need to update to the new digital era. And voice. Have you heard about Alexa? Now there is Alexa, there is Google Home, there are so many different devices, a part of Siri from Apple that you've seen it many times. But now there are devices at home that you talk, you ask, and they reply back. So these are the new things. Before you need to ask people, then you need to ask Google. Now you simply speak and the device answer. So if I ask the device, what is the cheapest car to buy for me? Eventually, the device is going to say the car that you are selling or the car of your competitor are selling. It's not only anymore about the computer or the mobile, it's also about the voice. When I ask, what is the car that takes less petrol or the lowest cost of maintenance? The device will speak. We cannot lie. We cannot claim that our car is the best. And we all have seen what's happened with Volkswagen, that they claim that was a clean diesel. And after a few years, it turned out it was one of the dirtiest diesel ever produced. So we cannot lie. What's next? Blockchain. What is this? Who has heard about blockchain? At least the name blockchain? Good. Now, who can tell me what are those two images here?
Bitcoin.
Very good. And what is this? Who doesn't know what is this? This is called, who doesn't know what is this? Okay, everyone knows Bitcoin, right? This is the symbol of Ethereum. It's the second biggest cryptocurrency in the world. and actually is getting faster and faster closer to Bitcoin. Now, cryptocurrency, for those of you that think that there is only Bitcoin, there are several thousands already. And every day there are a new coin, every single day. But we all know Bitcoin because it's the oldest, it's the biggest, etc., etc. This is the second largest. Cryptocurrency is one of the applications of the blockchain. Now, what has to do with us, with automotive? Let's see what are the applications for blockchain in automotive, how the future is going to use blockchain in your industry. First, automotive of things interactions. The IoT or the AOT, it requires a massive amount of security. And at the moment, the best possible security is offered by blockchain systems. The same Dubai government is going to use blockchain to secure all of the documentation and the paperwork in the country. So imagine all of the admin people that are working with documents every day, they're going to disappear because the documents are going to disappear. So it's not a question of what I need to do, it's about when. Second application, auto financing. Now more and more and more is distributing across the globe the possibility to finance your car, not with a standard bank and standard loan, but thanks to blockchain with cryptocurrency. I can finance your car without even knowing you, without even meeting you, simply because I subscribe to a system. This system allows you to choose where to get the money from. You get your car, you don't care who is Christian Farioli. And I don't care who is you. Simply I care that at the end of the month, you pay and I get a percentage. So basically you skip the banking system, you skip the entire financing system, straight away to the core. Scaring, right? What's the next? Automotive title transfer. As the properties in Dubai very soon are going to be transferred with the blockchain, even the car title deeds, the car titles are going to be transferred through blockchain, which means that with certain absolute, nobody can fake titles or cheat or be who is not. And everyone is going to be able to retrieve who is the real car owner. No matter what you do, no matter if you bribe ministry, officials, police, anyone in the planet, car titles are going to be absolutely registered to one single person. And you will know also the real history of a car. I can tell you, I just used the car, only my wife used the car only 1 year. And maybe there are 20 owners before, right? So with blockchain, that's never going to be possible. So we're going towards the total transparency. Fourth, insurance claim processing. Even insurances are planning to use blockchain to make sure that every claim is going to be 100% registered. And again, everyone is going to have a full, perfect history. Nobody's going to say, yeah, I never got any accident, and you have a history of 50 accidents per year, because it's all going to be recorded in the blockchain. Supply chain management, even parts suppliers are going to use blockchain to make sure that every part has a perfect number, date, expiry, where do they come from, etc., etc. And it's not going to be possible to fake anything. Loyalty-based microtransactions. To your existing customers, you can give coin, crypto, tokens, appreciation for being loyal to you. Not just in money, because in monetary, if you give few dirham to a car owner, he's not going to care. But if you give some token, some coin, it's a kind of loyalty program, but with a real monetary value. That's how customers feel good and start loving your brand more and more and more. You think it's too complicated? You start thinking, wow, what's going on here? I thought that this was going to be much easy. But the digital future is never easy for anyone. No matter if you are in marketing or not. If you are in admin, if you are in finance, if you are in operations, or if you are in sales. Life is not easy. So what's the solution? This time is not pizza. Raising your digital IQ. Now it's official, even His Highness Sheikh Mohammed mentioned that the future of UAE is going to be more and more and more digital savvy. And there is officially worldwide the idea of the digital IQ. Now, you know that there is the normal IQ, right? You do a test and they tell you how smart you are. But this test is very outdated because it doesn't take into consideration a lot of things which has been invented after the invention of the IQ. That's why now there is also the emotional intelligence quotient, which is how you build and maintain a relationship with others, how you analyze your emotion, how you understand the emotion of a third party. Let's say a salesperson, even that never got a degree, he can sell crazy simply because he got emotional intelligence. He has empathy for his clients. And what is digital IQ? Digital IQ is how savvy you are to use digital technology. And this is something that unfortunately is changing every month or every year. Even if you are the savviest person in digital right now, in 10 years from now, you're going to be useless. I studied IT engineering and I finished my degree in 2001. Now I can take 99.9% of my degree and throw to the bin. That's the true, real fact. Then I had to study marketing and apply digital to marketing. But still, even marketing is never going to be enough. Even if you finish the best master in marketing, what you know about digital? Zip. How do I know that? Because many students of my trainings come from the best master in marketing. So, you need to continue learning. And you need to crave for understanding what's going on. What's going to be the next things. So, after today, you're going to be amongst the very few people in UAE with a bigger vision about the digital future. And I'm sure that is going to help you a lot. And let's see now 4 of the most disruptive trends that will transform the auto industry. First, driven by shared mobility, connected services. The Uber, the Careem, and the carpooling app. So, people are going to buy more and more car for carpooling, for Uber, for Careem. And we're talking about big numbers. This is, you know that Uber is the biggest car company, that is the biggest taxi company that doesn't own cars. And the biggest taxi company that doesn't own cars is going to buy more cars. Either one of yours or one of your competitor. Second disruption. City type and area type will replace country. When we target geography, we typically target country. And we target UAE to sell more cars. And we target our campaign in UAE. Now it's not anymore about UAE. It's not anymore about Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman, or Abu Dhabi. It's about little area. People that they live in Marina, they have a different mindset and lifestyle compared to people that live in downtown. And has a different mindset with people that live in Deira. And different mindset than people that live in international city. These are the new geo-targeting. Not anymore Dubai. Dubai is a big city, full of different area with so many different people. And this is how we are going to the micro-targeting. Number 3, once technology and regulatory issues are resolved, up to 15% of new cars in 2030 could be fully autonomous, which means that they will drive themselves. So, if you're a driver, eventually you're going to be redundant sooner or later when the car will drive themselves. We know that Google Cars has been driven more than 1 million miles already. Self-driven car. More than 1 million miles without passenger. Sorry, without driver. Maybe even without passenger, I don't know, they go around alone. But that's the idea, that by 2030, if the regulatory are going to allow it, 15% of the cars sold are going to be driverless. Possibly. Yeah. Then, number 4, electric vehicle are going to continue. Now, we have seen the last auto show in Dubai. That was pleasantly, surprisingly full of electric car. Ready to be sold in 2018. From 2018 to 2020, every major manufacturer is going to have an electric car. If we like it or not, if we think that is good or not, doesn't matter what we think. It's what the customer think that matter. And by fact, there's going to be more and more electric vehicles. Now, you don't start selling electric vehicles in one day. Even our beloved Elon Musk, he didn't start selling Tesla in one day. He started putting the idea in the mind of people, and even against all of the petrol companies, and the petrol engine manufacturer, etc., he achieved to convince people to buy electric cars. It took several years until finally succeed. So if we want to sell electric car tomorrow, we need to start today, putting in the mind of people. You can see from Dubai tourism, you can see from Dubai, the idea to having flying taxi is not just an idea to get flying taxi. It's a perfect PR and marketing tool to show off how Dubai is looking for the future. Even if you're never going to drive, if you're never going to fly on a fly taxi. But then you know that Dubai is the city that go for the future. That's why, if tomorrow there are plans in your manufacturer to sell electric car, you need to start today. To put seeds in the mind of your customer. Because even if they don't buy electric, they buy one of your normal car. Because they have the dream that you are looking at the future. Right? How is it going so far? Good? Lot of good ideas? Or you're still thinking about pizza? Maybe. No, it's too early. Come on, guys. You cannot think about pizza right now. Now let's move to a closed topic. What is a brand? Let's see, any one of you which is not in marketing, what do you think is a brand? Marketing people are not allowed to answer. What do you think is a brand? It's something that's everyone talk about brand, but what is a brand? How can you describe a brand?
Something you feel proud of owning it.
Something if?
You feel proud of owning.
You feel proud of owning. That's a good one. That's a good answer.
It's about identity.
Sorry?
Identity.
Identity, very good. I see something and then identify immediately with with you. We all know brands and brands and brands. Let's just see the small difference between my home country brands. Have you ever seen buy a Ferrari today and get 20% discount? Special Ramadan promotion, double set of tire for free? Buy a Lamborghini tomorrow and then for your kids we'll give you a baby Lamborghini for free? Hurry up, we need to buy today because tomorrow the promotion ends. Right? If you want to buy one of this, first, if you want to buy one of this, you need to own another one. Otherwise, you're not even allowed to buy. If you own a Ferrari, you can buy another one. And how can you buy another one? You put a down payment, you put yourself on a waiting list, and after 1 or 2 years, you're going to get your car. Full price, no question asked. What optional can I choose? No optional. Fix, only one product. You can change only the color. Maybe. But you pay extra. Right? So, Fiat is a low price car. This is the most sold car in Italy. But to sell Fiat, they need to spend enormous fortune in every single advertising channel and street and road and magazine and PR and digital and no digital, everywhere. Fiat is spending no limits. How can they do it? Because they are also supported by the government. Fiat is the Italian product. Of course, the government supports Fiat. And Fiat invests massive crazy amount in marketing. But the smart one are the Alfa Romeo. You all know Alfa Romeo, right? All right. Now, Alfa Romeo is medium to low price car, but they realize how to create a tribe. People that they own Alfa Romeo are passionate lovers like Ferrari owners. You cannot tell them that their Alfa Romeo is crap. They will kill you. This is called brand advocacy. You want to do an example what is brand advocacy? Who are advocates? Who of you has an iPhone? The iPhone is the biggest piece of crap, junk, and also the most expensive. I'm joking. No, iPhone, I love you, I love you, I love you. Now, when I say something bad about iPhone, I see in the face of some of you, I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna see his car downstairs, I'm gonna cut the tires of his car. I love the iPhone and it's the best phone ever invented. Now, this is brand advocacy. Once your customer becomes your best ambassador and marketers and they are ready to fight and to kill for their beloved brand. This happens with very few brands. Apple is the biggest in the planet. If tomorrow Apple launched the new dishwasher and cost only 50,000 dirham, you are gonna buy that. No question asked. right? When tomorrow Ferrari launched the new Ferrari F12 Berlinetta, La Ferrari, whatever, and it's only $2 million. It's a bargain, right? You're gonna jump the queue to buy one of that, if you can afford one. The same with Alfa Romeo. You cannot afford a supercar, but you have some money, you jump to get an Alfa Romeo. I'll tell you one of the secrets. That one of my colleagues in Oracle, he used to work for Alfa Romeo. And he revealed me that they did an amazing concept which called the 3x3x3. Which is that the salesperson, which is always the closest relationship person with the client, when the sale was done, typically, you know that the client always have the feeling that, yeah, he's a nice guy, he's a nice salesperson, but I know that he wanna sell me the car. And then when I buy the car, he forget about me. That's normal, right? They are car salespeople. But he put in his agenda. 3 days later, call the customer. Hello, Mr. Customer, how are you? How is your Alfa Romeo? Somebody that bought 3 days ago the car, it's ecstatic. It's showing all of the friends the new car, right? Especially because Alfa Romeo is the brand of the passion, the energy. And then he think, oh, wow, it's amazing, thank you so much. And then the client start thinking, wow, he really genuinely like about me because he called me even after I purchased the car. And then put in the agenda, 3 weeks later, call back the same customer. How are you? How is going? How is your car? Wow, amazing. And then 3 months later, same things. How much it cost? 3 phone calls. Imagine the customer how much they will love that salesperson. You know what happened? When anyone within the circle of friends of the guy that bought the car want to buy a new car, even if they want to buy a Fiat, even if they want to buy a Lancia, even if they want to buy a different brand, the guy will say, look, I know you want to buy Fiat, but before I need to introduce you my friend. He's really good. And then the salesperson was seeing every day coming back his customers with their friends, their relatives, their families. This is the tribe. Once your advocates, your customer, are fighting for you. And nobody trusts people more than people. Now, we all know brands that took hundreds of years to be built. And then we see brands, not automotive brands, but brands that has been built in a matter of 2-3 years. Now, Just Falafel. Who of you has ever tried a Just Falafel? A lot of people. I didn't. I never tried Just Falafel. But 1.9 million people like Just Falafel on digital. Actually, the idea of Just Falafel, when they launched the company from the day one, was not to sell falafel. What? So you build a company and do you want to sell your products? No. They want to become big enough and then sell the franchising. When they reach 1 million followers, Emirates Airlines had 350,000. What? Emirates Airlines, the big and great Emirates Airlines against Just Falafel. 2 kiosks, 1 million followers. Big, proud Emirates Airlines, 350,000. Yes. Because when they launched the franchising, boom, that was the game. Build a brand first, without even selling products. Just build a brand. And then people will buy whatever you want to sell. You don't want to sell falafel, you want to sell the franchising, and people will buy that. Tomorrow, the new Apple dishwasher, you're going to buy that. Because you bought already the brand. When the next year they will do the Apple vacuum cleaner, oh, your wife is going to love it. It's only 5,000 dirham. Right? So, and brands like X2Buy, which it's a group, typically nobody advertise a group. People advertise products. But X2Buy start advertising the group first. So whatever product and company they will attach below is going to automatically be a success from the first day. My Dubai, which is not even a product, doesn't sell anything. It's just a brand built to convince people that Dubai is a super cool place to come here and live and make business and stay, etc., etc. Of course, it's an arm of Dubai tourism. But again, you don't need to have a product to sell to build a brand. This is the idea. Interesting, right? The best successful online brand is not in the automotive, but is in the advertising and marketing. A company which has been launched in the worst moment when there was the biggest crisis, the last one. So at the end of 2008, biggest crisis. In the crisis, everyone cut marketing and advertising costs. This company launched with 225 employees. The company has been featured everywhere. Everyone knows the company. Who can be this company? Groupon. You know it, right? Now, Groupon now has 10,000 employees in 45 countries and yearly revenue $2.8 billion. He had an average of 22,000% increase per year for the first 5 years. The biggest growing and fastest company in the history of the world. And they only exclusively care about digital. From the first day to today. Only exclusively digital. Nothing else but digital. So, if they are doing it so successful, eventually it makes sense to put a little bit of brain into it. So, how can we embed what's called today the digital transformation? You're not going to become a machine. You're not going to become a Terminator. Don't worry. Digital transformation happens starting with frontline workers. This is not a marketing job. Digital transformation happens with every single employee, starting with the frontline workers, the person which are directly in contact with the customer. They are the first that should embed the digital transformation. How to activate your digital growth engine? Of course, you have to learn and you need to understand more and more about the digital IQ. You need to increase your digital IQ. It's not just about, yeah, I have Facebook. So what? 8 years ago, at conferences, I used to ask, is your company using Facebook for business? And the answer was, Facebook is bad. It's for kids. My brand is serious. I'm never going to be online. Now, how can I get a little bit more like because I get less? Now it's too late. Facebook is not for millennial anymore. It's for elderly people. It's the truth. Once the parents go in Facebook, the kids leave. Right? Where are the kids? In Snapchat. So as soon as you start using Snapchat, they will leave to something else. Right? But if your target elderly people, Facebook is perfect. How? Diagnose your company. You don't need to be a marketer or an analyst to diagnose your company digitally. You need to be understanding and figuring out within your organization, your line of business, even if you are an admin and finance and operation or whatever, or a customer support, a customer service, how all of your structure is using digital. Conduct a digital strategy workshop, even with cross people from different departments. This has been done all life in every industry, not talking about digital, talking about processes. Toyota has been mastering this process since the beginning. All of the Toyota parts, Toyota cars are on huge panels where every Toyota employee can go and see every single part. Even if I'm an admin and I see that, can you do the exhaust a little bit more bendy because I think that is work better. They will evaluate, and if it's good, they take into production and the employee got a reward. No matter that, but he's not an engineer. What do you know about exhaust? But he's a user. He's a customer. And if he thinks that the exhaust can be better like that, and the engineers then they prove that he was right, he gets a reward. So digital transformation starts from everyone, not only by the digital savvy people. Start a digital dialogue. Use technology, video, internal social media, mobile to engage large number of employees about the digital. The beauty is that you massive. Just in this room there are like 60 of senior managers. How many total employees there are in the organization? Approximately 3,000 plus. That's a massive workforce that can be put at the service of digital growing. Develop a disruption strategy. Look for customers who are not served by your current offering. Expand your ecosystem. even from places that you're not thinking about, like incubators, university, labs, open source projects. Just to be there, just to be there. As you see, the flying taxi. Just what has to do Dubai with flying taxi? It's cool. Just because it's cool, Dubai need to be in the coolest things in the planet. That's it. Shake up your leadership. Doesn't mean change your leadership. It means shake up your leadership. Challenge your leaders with digital to figure out if the digital strategy can be adjusted or the traditional processes can be eventually adjusted, implemented, or improved thanks to digital. The best digital transformers are, again, the frontline employee, because are the one talking with customer every single moment. I was in real estate many years ago, in the boom, and all of the sales agents start feeling useless because customers start knowing more about projects and property than the salesperson itself. People used to go to the sales agent and say, I want to get a villa in Springs, type 3E, but it should face the park and not the street. And I'm looking at the price of 1.2 to 1.3 million dirham. The sales agent start thinking, I don't even know so many things. Why do they need me? The only reason that they need him is because they need a key to open the apartment to see the apartment, right? And many agencies call themselves key door opener. What's your job? Opening door. And then I don't speak with the client because if I start speaking, they ask me questions, I don't know what to answer. I just open door, then close it. Sometimes they were selling, right? So with digital, you save money, big time, but not only. You engage. That is the real reason why every company is heavily transforming into digital. What does it mean, engage? This is the pyramid of the quality of engagement. At the bottom, there is the awareness. We need to make sure that everyone knows about our brand, our product, our services. That's fine. That's a typical advertising strategy or typical digital strategy. Then audience engagement is not anymore about, this is my product. Buy the product, 20% discount. Buy now. I give you 25% discount, buy now. Okay, 26%. Engage, like, guys, do you like this? How much are you happy to pay? What do you like the most? What you don't like? And then I repackaged it and I put it there exactly as you like. That's part of the engagement process. But it's not finished. Of course, there is a conversion phase where people are purchasing the product. But after people purchase, it's not finished. Because yeah, we know that, yeah, but he buy a car and for 5 years at least he's never going to buy any more cars. So we don't need to spend time with him. Wrong. Because in those 5 years, he can recommend you his friend, his brother, his relative, his wife, his friends. Thanks to the audience advocacy. What I told you before about iPhone. We are Apple advocates because we love the product so much. And when somebody tell you, I'm thinking to buy the new Samsung, no way, no way, no way. iPhone 10 or nothing. Right? If you buy the Samsung, I will unfriend you in Facebook. I've heard this conversation. So, audience advocacy is how you elevate your customer to the next level. Of course, sometimes you do the test track, invite your customer because there is a new car coming, but in your mind there is always, I invite you customer because I want to try to sell you more car. That's not audience advocacy. Okay, Apple sometimes is doing not the clean way. They make your Apple, your iPhone, slowing down by updating the system, is slowing down, so you will feel more need to change for the new one, which is super fast. I mean, you cannot slow down the car of your customer, so then you can sell a brand new car. That's not gonna be nice, right? But audience advocacy is, bottom line, what every single employee should aim at. And the best advocates should be your employee first. You need to like your company so much, your product so much, that you are happy and eager to refer friends and customers to your company because it's good, not because you take an incentive. I know because you want to try to sell me your company car because you get a bonus, you get a holiday. No, because generally you really like the car so much that for you exists only that car. In the digital era, there are big news, shocking news, and silent. In silent, nobody wins. And the traditional messaging communication style that used to be good in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 2000 to 2010 now doesn't work anymore. My kids know how to skip advertising when he recognizes that is advertising. Mobily, it's a company that's figured out that you need to create content, not advertising. That's the way. Now, another digital trend, the CDO will become part of the board. Who has ever heard the word CDO? Who has never heard about the word CDO? Who still think about pizza again? All right, I like the honesty. Now, the CDO means Chief of Digital Officer. Who is this? It's a new figure. It's a new position that has been created 2 years ago. I was the presenter of Bloomberg Business Week event about rise of the CDO 2 years ago. Then big corporates start hiring a CDO. Now, the bad fact is that it's a brand new position which doesn't exist before. It doesn't come from anywhere. So there are no CDO available in the market. Do hire a CDO from Spain, from the top telco company, Telefonica, 1 year ago. 6 months later, they fired him because even he was not able to integrate with the existing organization. Now, organization should be also open to accept the CDO. Doesn't need to be seen as the outsider, which is going to come to the company and tell me to start posting my face in Facebook every day and I don't like it, so I say that the CDO is useless and we kick him out. Somebody that should be conversate at the level of the board, because the CDO, it's a board position. The CEO set the direction for the transformation. The CFO provide the capital and measure the ROI. The CFO is not going to pay for money like this and then not waiting for a return. So obviously it's the job of the CFO to measure the ROI. The CMO set the voice for the customers. The CMO is the guy that knows as much as possible the brand personality and the customer perception about our brand. The HR lead the cultural change, lead the transformation. And the COO embed the digital change. You cannot change a company in 1 day. You plan where you're going now, where you want to go in 1 year time, and then you set the intermediate steps with KPI to measure how close you are transforming towards digital. And this means that we are all going to be back to school. Now, doesn't mean that these guys, they need to learn social media, social network, absolutely not. They just need to understand the few key pills that's going to be good for them to interact with the CDO. Because you can tell me, as a manager, as a senior manager, we want to push this car this year. Because we have 3 cars to choose, and out of the 3, we push this one. Because we believe that it's going to be the best. This is the standard approach. Because the research told us that. Now, as a CDO, I can tell you that right now, there are a lot of people searching for a cheap and affordable car. And there is nobody searching for a medium-range car. So based on that, you should start thinking, does it make sense that we push that car? Or maybe it's better that we keep pushing the other one. Because this is what your customers are asking digitally, every minute, every day, specifically, not even in Dubai, in international city, in downtown, in Dubai Marina, in Palm Jumeirah. So these are the customers that are looking for this. So why do we want to push a different product? We're never going to be so successful as if we push the right product. And this information comes from the CDO. So the CDO is somebody with strong technical skills, marketing skills, and analytical skills, which typically doesn't exist, right? But this is where we are going. Now, Google call their employee smart creatives. What does it mean? That everyone should also be an IT engineer. Even lawyers need to also have a second degree in IT engineering. Finance people should also have a degree in IT engineering. This is according to Google, because they get the kind of problem solving. This is the same things that I'm doing every day. I solve a marketing problem that nobody has ever faced before, that nobody has ever learned before. Even I'm working for companies where the owner is a PhD in marketing and he launched his startup. But he understands that there is a limit level of knowledge. So you will need to have sooner or later a CDO, or eventually elevate one of your staff to become the CDO of the organization. And if you are so passionate about digital, this is the ultimate goal. I was happy to see that because I'm training digital marketing for the last 6 years in Dubai and the Middle East. And at the last event 3 or 4 months ago in YouTube, I met 4 of my ex-students that I've been training 2 or 3 years ago. Now they became the CDO of the biggest organization that there are in town. That for me was a pleasant success. And especially one of them told me that he was thinking maybe to move out from marketing because he's not recognized, his job has become monotonous. And then he told me, let's see after digital what's happened. He got crazy passionate into it, and then he started climbing the ladder. Then became the CDO of Starcom. So, I mean, somebody that was thinking to leave marketing from a normal marketing position, 2-3 years later is the CDO of the biggest advertising agency in the planet. So, there is a big gap, there is a big need. Still, company, they cannot find one good one, but that's the way. For the employee that are passionate enough about digital, this is the way. Otherwise, what's happened? They will open their own little startup and they're gonna eat you. Who want to succeed in digital? I like it, more than pizza. Now, I'll give you the biggest tip that anyone can possibly give you. That if you are describing your company as the best, the market leader, the number one, top, awesome, amazing, innovative, every company is the best, the top, the number one, right? So what you need to do? You need to get digital and be remarkable. That's the word, remarkable. Who has been the most remarkable person? Our beloved Steve Jobs. I want to include also your close friend Elon Musk. Another massive trend is going to be personal branding. Who of you have heard about the concept of personal branding? Who has not heard, have no idea whatsoever what is personal branding? Okay, good. Like, we build brands. We push our brands. We make sure that the brand is perceived bigger and bigger and bigger. But what about ourselves? We are the first little company that's every morning you wake up, take breakfast, go to work, make money, come home, and feed your family. We are our own little company within a bigger organization. So we are a little brand. Who needs personal branding? Who really benefits from it? You may think, yeah, but that's nothing to do. I don't understand. I don't think that is good to be famous. Nobody's going to ask you to become a Britney Spears or Jennifer Lopez. Be clear. But within your niche, within your organization, within your field, then you need to become the reference point. Not the celebrity. The celebrity, you can do very bad things and become a celebrity. We all know that. We all have Kim Kardashian as the best example in the planet. But when you are the reference point, when people say, when it's about cars, you need to ask this guy. He's so knowledgeable. He's the best knowledgeable person I've ever met in my life. When it's about football, you ask your friend that knows everything about football, right? And it was said when he mentioned about the World Cup, because Italy, obviously, But when it's about movie, you have that friend of yours that knows everything about movie. And you call him, say, oh, what's the best movie right now? And he tell you amazing, the best to watch now. What's happened when you go to an Apple store? Because as much as we love digital, when you go to the Apple store, every employee is so knowledgeable, so keen, so passionate, he can spend with you one day talking about Apple. They give you free training now in Apple. They teach you how to use the phone, how to use the scheduling, how to use the phone for business, how to use the Mac, how to do this, how to do that. Free training delivered by top-notch, passionate employees. Mall of the Emirates Apple store has 180 employees. Little store, 180. And are ready to kill for so passionate they are about Apple. They know inside out everything. They're not somebody that you need to pay and ask, please sell the phones. Hello, sir. What phone would you like? Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I don't like this job and I don't like my boss either. It happens to me sometime in some company. So you go to an Apple store. Hey, how can I help you? Have you seen the latest iPhone X? You know that he can do this and this and this and this and this? 1 hour later, you are still there with the guy eating your brain because of the latest things that you can do, and you come out like, I need to buy the new iPhone X, even if it costs 50% more than the previous one. That's how everything works. With personal branding, so who needs it? Entrepreneurs, doctors, lawyers, because they are their own company. But not only, senior managers, because sooner or later, you're going to be standing in public, convincing an audience, convincing the ministry, convincing the travel and tourism authority, entity, whatever, that your product is not good. It's unbelievably amazing, right? This is what our friend Steve Jobs realized, that you cannot sell device. You need to make the device become human. You cannot sell a logo of Apple. So he put himself first. It was a challenge. Because when you humanize your brand, there are a lot of challenges implicated. But when you become a personal brand, then you sell yourself first. And people buy people first. People, they don't buy a brand. Even Ferrari, you buy the Ferrari, Mr. Ferrari himself, that created the first Ferrari more than 100 years ago. And he was racing and winning competitions. You buy that. You still buy the person. And when we talk about fashion, in fashion industry, the fashion brands are only humans. You buy Armani, you buy Giorgio Armani himself cutting the suits and stuff. Armani now has a nice and healthy living. He doesn't need to cut anymore. Okay, interact a little bit in the company, but you still buy his craftsmanship, his experience and stuff like this. Even many Italian luxury sofa, they do the same. The kitchens, they do the same. So it's all working around people. You need to sell a brand, but people buy people. We all know that when His Highness got the Mercedes G55 AMG, every human being that can afford, they need to buy G55 AMG. And then maybe they buy Ferrari, Lamborghini, and then maybe they buy something else. But people buy people. Who else may need personal branding? Trainer, HR, entrepreneur. Because at the end of the day, everyone sells himself first. And when people buy you, they will buy whatever products you want to sell them. That's the bottom line of personal branding.
Please take this opportunity. Let's move forward. Things that are happening are quite destructive. Unless we start taking the first steps in terms of change, we're going to be left behind. We're going to be the Spanish team of 2010, which we don't want to. Thank you very much for attending.